and this is an excellent grip. So you start to move around, and I use my head to keep him pinned. All right, and that's all we're going to do for now, and I'm going to do a really nice sequence from here. This is a really important detail. Once this happens, I shoot the knee across, and I go into a knee pinch. All right, we look to get like a cross-face underhook or double unders, whichever you prefer. We leg pummel, and then we're into the mount. If it's MMA and you want to stay in 3/4 mount, you can do that. So. Alright, so 3, 2, 1. A couple of different positions we can do this from. So just talking about the near side underhook and the reverse tight waist. So basically, when I'm like in half guard, if initially what I would prefer to do is just take a near side underhook. Because number one, it puts Ronan into a niche position. So maybe if he's a half guard player, he's probably not, he probably hasn't spent too much time defending half guard, say with a near side underhook, as he has with me having a far side underhook. Alright, so when you come into these half guard positions, I can take a near side underhook, and I have a couple of choices here. I can go near side underhook and tight waist, so if Ronan tries to move, this should be very hard. So I have the tight waist, near side underhook, and I also have the head position that stops Ronan rotating his left shoulder through the centre. So if you throw your arm over my head, see here, alright, and even if he does beat me to it, if you go for Ronan, I still have a tight waist, and I can start to break him down with this near side underhook. So the near side underhook stops Ronan from retracting his elbow, building on his elbow, eventually going to a hand post, and then freeing his knee. So we come back. I'm going to go like say bicep to bicep, and then I glue Ronan's bicep towards his head here. So if maybe Ronan tries to bridge, so you try move, this should be hard. So if he does a big bridge, if you go for it, I switch from a near side underhook to a reverse tight waist. And this is an excellent grip. So you start to move around, and I use my head to keep him pinned. Alright, and that's all we're going to do for now, and I'm going to do a really nice sequence from here. So one more time, so we're in half guard, hand fighting, I get a near side underhook and I go regular tight waist. Alright, I'm just going to cook him here. I'm active head position, so my head's connected to his left shoulder. If he tries to rotate the shoulder through the centre, just keep him flat. Alright, Ronan does a bridge, so he bridges, and all I do is switch to a reverse tight waist. I can go with locked hands or unlocked hands, it doesn't really matter too much. And we end the drill by flattening our partner out and then looking towards the legs. Alright, so that'll be our first piece, and then we'll add a couple little sequences on this. I keep my knees pinched nice and tight, and I'm crossing my feet. So this is like a knee pinch half guard. So head goes over the far shoulder for a couple of different reasons. Number one is to avoid the crossface. The more my head drifts away from the shoulder, the more chance Ronan has of crossfacing me and then punching an underhook. One of the benefits of this near side underhook is if Ronan does manage to crossface me and punch an underhook and he tries to come up, I have the near side underhook, and the near side underhook will be his far side underhook, because Ronan needs to retract his elbow, come up with his hand, and then start to build his base up. Alright, so that's why it's an excellent position. So again, if Ronan tries to come up, you can see this is very hard. Alright, so that's one reason why we want the head over the shoulder. The second reason is if Ronan, see the way I'm more kind of side on, if Ronan tries to bring his shoulder through the centre, I just use an active head position to keep him flat. Once you control someone, he can't build up on this. He can't bring the shoulder through the centre, he's probably going to bridge here. So if he bridges, that's where you switch to your reverse tight waist. Think about getting shoulder connection, bicep connection and forearm, and wherever the flat hand ends, it ends. If your hands are long enough to go to the hip, great. If not, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to put Ronan back, or his shoulders on the floor by using my shoulder in his sternum here, and I'm posting on my head, and I'm going into like a tripod position here. So if Ronan tries to move, this is very hard. If Ronan wants to do an explosive bridge, he has to unlock his legs, and that suits me just to step into mount or side control. More than likely, he's going to try to keep his legs tight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to drift the head up higher. I use a thumb post grip on the quad, and I go, this is a really important detail. So I'm going to go heel, toe to get my foot up towards his butt. So we're here, and that frees my knee. Once this happens, I shoot the knee across, and I go into a knee pinch, all right? We look to get like a cross-face underhook or double unders, whichever you prefer. We leg pummel, and then we're into the mount. If it's MMA and you want to stay in 3/4 mount, you can do that. So we'll do that one more time. So we're in half guard. I punch a near side underhook, trying to go bicep to our training partner's head, and then I get my regular tight waist. Ronan tries to bring the shoulder through the center, active head position. He tries to build up in this post. He can't. If he bridges, we switch to a far side underhook, or a far side tight waist or reverse tight waist. I go shoulder into the sternum, head to the floor, and then tripod. Thumb post on the quad, and then we go heel toe, and slide my head up. My knee touches the floor, and I get my head over Ronan's head, and then all we do is leg pummel to move into the mount. Alright, so that's going to be our last piece. So 3, 2, 1.